Well, there you go. That's what some of the country's largest public sector banks, as well as ICICI, made of demonetization and how life has been since 8th November 2016. One of the other big themes that we are discussing and have been discussing in ET now are the Indo-U.S. relations. Remember, later this month, you're going to be seeing a large business delegation being coming from the U.S., being led by Ivanka Trump. So let's stay with that theme. In fact, Nisha Biswal, the president of the U.S.-India Business Council, is joining us now here on ET now. Good evening, Nisha. Thank you for joining us. So let me get straight down to business. Ivanka Trump is going to be visiting India quite soon for the Global Entrepreneurship Summit. What is the industry, both in the U.S. and India, expecting out of Ivanka Trump's maiden trip?
Well, as you noted, Ivanka Trump is going to be the head of delegation for the Global Entrepreneurship Summit. And I think there's no better place to hold a Global Entrepreneurship Summit than here in India, in Hyderabad. Certainly India has much to showcase in terms of the entrepreneurship and innovation of Indian businesses, of Indian people. There's been just tremendous innovations that have come out of India. It's also an opportunity for the United States to bring some of its leading innovations and technologies and business leaders, and we're looking forward with the U.S.-India Business Council to be part of the delegation and to bring a delegation from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce to the GES. It will also bring together entrepreneurs and leaders of business and industry from around the world. I'm also really excited that this year's GES is going to have a focus on women in entrepreneurship. And I think that that's an issue that is certainly very close to Ivanka Trump and a cause that she has championed as a woman who has been a business leader and run businesses of her own. And I think as we look at so many women CEOs and leaders in India, there's an opportunity here to really think about how we can support entrepreneurship and empowerment of women and ensure that women are able to fully participate in the economy here in India and across the world.
Okay, so apart from commerce, industry, the main talking points, what's going to be the larger meaning behind Ivanka Trump's visit for the Indo-U.S. relations?
Well, I think that Indo-U.S. relations are at a moment of unprecedented potential and convergence. If there's anything that has been highlighted through the transition of administrations between, in the United States and in India, it's been the consistency in that trajectory of U.S.-India relations. And Secretary Tillerson was here just last week, and he talked about what's at stake in the U.S.-India relationship. And it's not just where we go in the next 3 or 4 years, but it's really about the next century of Indo-Pacific geopolitical and geoeconomic stakes, and why the United States and India are increasingly going to be partnering in that geography.
Now, Nisha, I know you were there at the Prime Minister's event over the weekend on ease of doing business, where India gained a massive 30 points with the top 100 on the list put out by the World Bank. Is that going to help in foreign inflows from the U.S.? Is it going to increase India as a destination where U.S. companies want to be in?
Absolutely. I think what the World Bank Ease of Doing Business Index demonstrates is that there is a forward and positive momentum in reforms and in reducing some of the resistance or some of the issues that have slowed investment in years past. I think the World Bank indices is a compilation of 10 different sub-indices, and India has shown significant improvement in at least 6 of those, and that's pretty remarkable. That means that there has been a concerted effort by this government to make progress, and the reflection in moving up 30 places, which is quite significant. the single largest movement of any country, is a reflection that these efforts are taking root. But it also, you know, is something that that India needs to do more on, because certainly for a country like India that has the ambition that it has to be a global economic power, being 100 is not enough. And I think the Prime Minister himself has said that he would like to see India in the top 50 with respect to ease of doing business. So there's been tremendous progress, but much more ahead.
Thanks, Nisha, for joining us here in ET Now. We look forward to touching base with you and the USIBC once Ivanka Trump is in the country. Moving on, this is a big ET Now exclusive. We told you a fortnight back that the process to select Infosys CEO is in the last lap, with at least